Hey everyone, it's Catherine, your transformation coach, getting you to a well-maintained life with less stress and better time management. If you haven't started following me on Instagram or Facebook, please do so. The handle is Ultra Health and Wellness, all one word, all spelled out. I'll put it in today's show notes. Also, be sure to hit subscribe so you get the most up-to-date videos, and also find me on Spotify with the Ultra Mindset podcast. So I want to talk about, have you ever noticed the saying that you're self-sabotaging yourself? You may be talking to your friends and you're like, I don't know why I self-sabotage. Or you may be thinking it about, you feel you're self-sabotaging. For an example, if you're trying to lose weight and you go grocery shopping, but then you're buying all kinds of food that you're trying to stay away from, and then you get back home and then you might not have immediate regret, but over the next few days you may regret everything that you have eaten and feel you have self-sabotaged. So I just want to talk about some self-sabotaging things, more on the reason why we feel like we're self-sabotaging, and it all comes down to our dirty little egos. And just so to recap, our ego is not just in what we think of the normal term of it being just, I like to think of Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, where he thinks highly of himself and puts himself on a pedestal. Ego in the typical sense looks like that, but it's also things that tell you that you're not good enough, it holds you back, and it's that inner voice in your head that can be like a tweet dialogue going on. So our ego's main job is to keep everything the same. We often say it's better to know the devil that we know instead of the devil that we don't know, and that's because our ego is trying to keep us safe. Our ego goes back to the prehistoric days where we were programmed to look for threats around the bush in the unknown. It might be a saber-toothed tiger hiding, and we need to be ready to protect ourselves. So it kind of keeps us on that high alert. We don't want to change signals, stress in the body, and we need to move forward past that. So our comfort zone our ego likes to keep us in our comfort zone, which if our comfort zone is having less nutrients food around, that's our comfort zone. And even though we want to get out of that comfort zone, our brain is still having to get us stuck back into getting what we know, going back to what we know instead of the unknown and potential scary things that could be out there. Another food metaphor or concept to kind of put this in perspective is when you go to a restaurant, it's your favorite restaurant, and there's other dishes out there that you would like to try, but you know that one dish is so good, and you're here at your favorite restaurant and you don't want to walk away regretting your meal. So you order that same dish instead of ordering something different because it's what you know. So it's that same concept. We want to stick with what we know. And with sticking what we know, we do these patterns, which then makes us feel like we're self-sabotaging when it's really our ego's protective mechanism, because our ego feels everything is okay, even though internally you may want to change some things. For example, if you decide you want to go back to school or go to school, maybe you haven't been to college yet and you're like, geez, man, I've been out for 5 years. That was me. I did not go to college right after high school. And so I always tell people, taking that first step and getting yourself in there is the hardest step. So if you haven't gone back to school yet, highly encourage it. The first step is the worst step. It's going to be hard, but life is hard at times, but you'll get through it. Back to the concept that I was going to. So changing up things, even though we want the outcome that requires the change scares us, that signals to our ego that something's up. So our ego How do we get back into keep homeostasis? Homeostasis is the balance of everything in our life. The norm. The ego wants to keep everything normal, not stressed, day in, day out. Think of Groundhog Day, the movie. That's how our ego wants it, because it doesn't want our body to experience any danger or stress. Ego is a double-edged sword because it's there to protect us, but also it holds us back on a lot of things. So, you may be thinking, Catherine, all right, cool, got this down. How do I get past my ego and stop these self-sabotaging things? Well, what you have to do is, of course it's going to be a list. And I like to make the list of what is it going to cost me in time, energy, resources, money, and also what it's going to get me. And that list helps balance the idea of it's going to cost too much. And it's not just money, too much time, too much effort, energy are about the same thing, but you get my drift. It makes it a little less scary for us. It gives us that excitement back. Our ego and self-sabotaging also prevents us from having dreams and going after dreams. So we need to be able to work through getting out of this being scared. We need to be able to have faith in ourselves to be, okay, I want to change, I need this change, and it's going to be okay. And I like to tell people, when you're starting out with things, don't try to boil the ocean. Don't try too many things. Get one habit down for a couple of weeks and then add on to it. So we have to get back to where we want to be looking at, all right, ready? Discard that. Gotten distracted now. So going back, we have to look at what it's going to cost us, what we're going to get for it. Take that first step. Once we get in that first step, we're able to build confidence and carry on with it. This is where I recommend getting with a coach. If you're looking for financial stuff, talk to a financial advisor. If you're looking for, nutrition, start to a dietitian. If you're looking to just a plan on how things need to be laid out, hit me up, free 15-minute session, and we'll go from there. You are capable of so many things, and you just have to get past the fear of your ego. It's just trying to keep you safe. It's like an overprotective parent, but we have to leave the nest, right? We have to be able to get out of the nest and fly. So be sure to look at what you want in life, and dream about. This is another thing, we're talking about dreams. I know I'm getting a little sidetracked. If you haven't listened to the podcast on dreams yet, on Failing to Dream, highly encourage it. Find it on Spotify with the Ultra Mindset podcast. And so, getting back to dreams, we really need to have dreams. We don't want to look back one day and say, oh, I wish I did that. I saw a sign the other day that said that it's better to look back and say, I can't believe I did that, instead of, oh, I wish I did that. Our life goes by so quick. I can't believe how fast this year is going by, and it's going by even faster and faster. When I was a younger kid and everybody that was older than me talked about how fast the year was going by, and I just wanted summer break to come, and it seemed like forever. I thought they were crazy and didn't know what they were talking about. Now I fully understand. So take action with your life. You are worth it. You can do it. We can do it together. And check me out, Instagram, my face, on Instagram and Facebook. Ultra Health and Wellness, all spelled out, all one word. And I will see you next time.